Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to pushing further into, by spending units, into the opening ceremonies events. Now, from yesterday, I have updated the spreadsheet. Of course, do bear in mind, a lot of people want information, they want it very quickly. And I will try and get down to a spending version, but it's been, 24 hours or whenever, and trying to get, obviously, information quickly is a burden of MCOC proof. And, you know, people want to find out what they can access, but they want to know what they can access it quickly. And that's something, obviously, as a content creator, or a content creator like I am, which is very much centered around side quest information and news, it's always a case of like, I want the answer and I want it snappy. But I'm doing my best at the end of the day and getting info. So I have updated the spreadsheet, which a link is in the description. Of course, please, if you are going to go and check out that stuff now, like, oh, you're not going to watch the full video, fine. But please support the channel. Like, hit the like button. It just helps out if you're just coming on by just to go, oh, I'm off now. And of course, the video serves a purpose of we explain it and show visually stuff, and that's obviously the main thing. So thanks in any case for the support regardless. Obviously subscribe to the channel because it's free. That would be nice. Thank you. Anyway, we put this down yesterday. I have slightly updated it, and we're going to be talking about this tab right here, which is the tab at the bottom, and that is the second tab, which is called Future Investment. Spender's Guide, still work in progress, but these take a lot longer to kind of put together and plan because you've got to think about variables. And it has been updated since yesterday because I did say that the access route, I was wrong and I was right. Okay, wrong in a sense that the way that I displayed different bundles together, but right in the factor that you've got to invest X amount more units into it. So it doesn't matter. It just means it matters to the point of buy these bundles or these bundles or these bundles or these bundles. As, of course, many people pointed out, that if you go to the rank up bundles or signature bundles, it adds opening ceremonies event points to the total. There's also a bit more. If you buy them as well, you get an additional 10 points. So if we go to opening ceremonies right here and we click how to get points, it says purchase a glorious game signature stone or rank up gem bundle, you get an additional 10 points. It's going to mean something, but also it's going to mean nothing at the same time. The TLDR for this video is, if you want to get more, invest a load of units. Do I recommend investing a ton of units into this event? No, I don't. Especially with Cyber Weekend coming up in about 2 months time, actually 3 months time, because I think the time frame works out differently. And also banquet event, and the banquet event is going to be, I think, one of the best ones because fingers crossed they consider people that are valiant with a bit more higher regard, and therefore the rewards are going to be better. Anyway, you want to find out as much as many of the people, if you invest X amount more units, where does that get me? So first of all, updated from yesterday, this. If you are a Thronebreaker player, you may want to invest 6,000 units, and that will get you 350 additional points to then get you up a bit further. That's going to get you somewhere, but also it's going to get you nowhere. The other bundles here will give you 150 per piece. Just to double check that, just so I'm not getting that wrong. Because that's the problem, isn't it? Burden of proof. Get it right. So if you buy that twice, that's 300 plus the extra 10 per bundle purchase. So by buying it twice, you get 300 plus the extra 20 from that. And as we said, that means something, but it means nothing. I think it means nothing because it's getting up there further, getting up to the milestones. What I've done and I've added to the spreadsheet is this. I'm going to have to get an arrow just to kind of point out where we are because it's going to look a bit like a mess with it, but we'll try and kind of make it at least tidier to kind of go over like this is what we're going over, all that. So I've put up left hand side like non-Valiant and on the right Valiant, as if you are a lower player, Thronebreaker, you're going to run out of things to buy, and if you are a spender, it may make it a bit easier to go up. From a spender's perspective, it's a little bit more easier to go up than it is for those that are free to play. And take of that how you will. Be frustrated, be annoyed about it. Again, up to you how you want to process, how you look at this stuff. So when it comes to investment, your free points still there, 725. which is great. You're then adding in 3 purchases of the 2000 bundle for 300 points. And then you kind of add in your milestone 5 of opening ceremonies, because there are these opening ceremony 7 stars. If I can just get the quest up. So this one right here at 2, it's a Nexus. A Nexus gives you 150 points. So that's good, but you could also go a different route. If you're a Thronebreaker player, then you could access this bundle right here. If you're a Valiant player, different because you spend 5,000 a piece. In a nutshell, and to get to the end point, 1,200, just over 1,200 points. And where does 1,200 points get you? Well, nowhere really. The 1,200 points does include the opening of the 6-star Nexus. I feel that these milestones are very, especially from a non-spending player's perspective, they're very like far apart. There's a large gap between them. They're very gappy. When you're coming to like Paragon players, you do have access to a few more deals, and because you have access to a few more deals, it gives you a bit more prospect of going up the rank, so to speak. And yes, you can take the units that you've earned from the event and reinvesting back in. But I would say for me, I'd see this as a black hole, a endless pit, because you'll find yourself chasing invisible goals or invisible milestones. What feels to be invisible. Of course, there's milestones out that are visible, but invisible in a sense of the more units you invest, yes, the further you go, but the more kind of like in deep. It's like it's to me, to give it a full description, it's like gambling to get yourself out of your debts. Like the more you gamble, the less you find yourself getting out of your debts, because you seem to be putting yourself more in debt. And by putting yourself more in debt in the game, most of the scenarios that I'm finding, we're putting ourselves over the 3,000 mark, and we're looking in deep to about the kind of milestone 9 and that 3,500, which is right there, by the way. From this particular point, again, you find yourself just in a pit, just searching. And the way that I've kind of like set out, even getting 3,000 points means about 30. You're kind of getting about what 1.1 points for every. That's probably not right, actually. Well, it feels like you're getting, to me, it's like, yeah, maybe like 0.1 points, point per unit spend ratio. That's probably a wrong way of looking at it. I've not got the time to do the sums. I'm sure someone would have done the sums for it, but it does feel like you're not able to get out of that. Maybe I'm pretty certain I've gone on these calculations about 3, maybe even upwards of 5 times. And that's the case of it. And from a non-spending perspective, trying to get any further is just not there. I mean, the same thing when it comes to Valiant. If you're a non-spending player and Valiant, like trying to access some of these deals, and I'm sure, look, not deals, sorry, milestones. I'm sure from a perspective of, and hey, look at it this way. You got, for spending, was it 35,000 units? You got yourself a 7-star, 7-star like Weapon X. This time, you're kind of getting an RNG 7-star, yes. And for the extra 5,000 units spent, I don't think you can get any further. Let's hypothetically say that you could get a further 50 points by spending an extra additional 5,000 units. And that would get you up to, say, here, these tier 6 class ISO selectors, in theory. Let's just say that for hell's sake. I kind of feel there was more value in those particular deals than there were kind of here for an investment in milestones. Deals wise, yeah, there's some good stuff on with the deals. Not ridiculous, but this is why I'd wait for Cyber Weekend. I really would. Or Banquet event, because I think it would be of better value. Of course, from a Valiant perspective, do you really want to invest 71,000 units? If you're spending on top of this stuff, or you spent to kind of access this and getting 5,855 points, then of course, and you've picked up as a result some of the various deals here, or you picked up the 7-star some of the other deals here. 5,855 points. Where does that get you in the grand scheme of things? Well, it gets you up to milestone number 11. Milestone number 11, yeah. And yeah, you'd have to do a lot more to get to the 6-star Glorious Games rank up gem. But at least you got some, was it 7-star signature stones there? Some additional units, but again, it's down to personal preference about investing to grab more, investing a lot of units for milestones, and asking yourself the question, like, is it worth some of the milestones to actually invest further? To me personally, if you are looking to get there and you've spent 71,000 units doing it, you could get a lot more from Cyber Weekend or even the Banquet event when they roll round. Now again, like, I could be wrong with these sums, but I'm pretty certain I've worked this out, that buying all these, well, it's factual really, buying all these bundles and buying all this just to get to, what is it, milestone 11, like milestone 11, and then if you want anything more, you're gonna have to be, again, spending like twice as much. It's 140,000. Are we talking like this could be like 140,000 units? That's nuts if that's the case. I don't really advise that, because you could get more elsewhere. And from a non-spending player perspective, that's just not good. It's not a good enough investment. Either way, I thought I'd do some calculations for you. You can check out the spreadsheet in the link in the description. That's been a video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a lovely day, and goodbye for now.